Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are here for episode 22 of our Formula 1 23 driver career mode. We are here in Sao Paulo, in Brazil. We got a sprint race this weekend, and obviously we have the regular Grand Prix, of course. So we got two opportunities here to grab some points and further push us ahead of Alpine in the standings. But if you guys have not watched the last video, be sure to go watch that. We were at the Mexican Grand Prix, and spoiler alert if you have not watched it yet, it was a pretty bad race. We started pretty good, and then I just suck at Mexico, so we kind of fell down the order. And we ended up racing Daniel Ricciardo for a little bit, so got to show off our talents against our own teammate in the same machinery, and we proved to be victorious in the end, finishing, I believe it was P16. So nothing, significant, but I guess the only upside of that is that we finished ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, which we have done in every single race, I believe, except for one. Maybe two. I know one for sure because he finished in the points in Australia and I did not. But we are here for qualifying in Brazil, looking to start as high as possible on the starting grid for the sprint race, because again, we have two chances here to score some points. And just a quick update on the team back at the factory. They've been doing pretty much nothing. They've been sitting back, feet kicked up on the desk. We haven't had very many upgrades since the halfway point of the season. Maybe some minor upgrades here and there, but nothing major. So we are miles behind everyone in the R&D race. And again, as I've been saying this whole season, given the car that I have, we've been having an excellent season. We're even ahead of some of the Alpines. Actually, I think we're ahead of both of the Alpines, which I'm going to get to in just a second here. As we head into Q2, we finished Q1 pretty high actually, and we only had to do one flying lap for that. Or we didn't finish high. We had a good first lap, and then I decided to stay in for the second lap because I thought it was good enough to get into Q2. And it was, but we finished in P15. But regarding the standings for this season, we're 4 points, I believe, in front of Esteban Ocon, and then a few more points ahead. I'm not sure what the exact tally is, but we're ahead of both of the Alpine drivers. And since the points are so low for everyone in that bottom end, we're also ahead of Alpine in the constructor standing. So we got to keep an eye on the Alpines because that's probably our main competitor for the season. And I guess our last goal before we attempt to leave this poo-poo team is to at least finish in front of Alpine in the Constructors Championship, because they run on a lot higher of a budget, at least in the real world, versus AlphaTauri. But into the second qualifying session, Q2, we're on our final lap here, and we are a tenth and a half up on the previous lap. I feel like I'm getting the absolute most out of the car, and I feel like that's probably why we're not improving so much on our lap times in this one. So we got to get into the top 10 here if we want to squeeze in to Q3, which I think we will because we were the last people out. We're in P10. We're going to improve as well, and that is going to be good enough for P9. So we're into Q3, and this is where things are always interesting because we qualify pretty well, and then once the race starts, we kind of end up losing out on that. So the only fix on that for now is just to qualify even higher. So we're going to try and go for that here. Our first lap in Q3 puts us in P8, once again ahead of Oscar Piastri. I feel like he has not had the greatest season so far. But we are also with Max Verstappen, Guanyu Zhou, George Russell, and I'm assuming that they just didn't put up the best lap times, or there's a major gap between us and Verstappen. But in qualifying, usually there's not too big of a gap to the driver in front or the driver behind, so we should be relatively close, which means that if we can improve on this lap time, we might have a pretty good shot at moving up a spot or two in front of the Red Bull and the Mercedes driver. Through Sector 2, we are 1/10 up on the previous flyer. Daniel Ricciardo once again out in Q1. I don't think he's made it past Q1 in any race besides Australia. It was really his highlight of the season. But Charles Leclerc puts up the fastest lap for now. Qualifying is complete through the second sector We are 2/10 up now, so we had a little bit of an improvement through the second sector, and we are going to cross the line here with 2.5 improvement, put up a 1:08, I believe, and we are going to be starting in P5. So I think that is our highest qualifying start of the season. And we are going to be starting behind Sergio Perez, our rival, and in front of Lewis Hamilton. So we out-qualify both Mercedes somehow in Brazil here. And I think that just goes to show how bad the car is in terms of race pace versus, you know, our 1 lap pace. I'm able to push that car for 1 lap, but once the tires get fired up, they really start to degrade quickly, and that's how we lose spots. But let's get into the sprint race, and let's see what we could do here. Hopefully we can stay in the points. Alright, we're here for the third last race of the season, and I think this is our best qualifying. Might have tied it, but very, very good qualifying by us. And I looked at the R&D charts, we are still last in the R&D race by a landslide. We've essentially stopped upgrading since the season break, midway through, and we're able to get this car into P5, so very, very good qualifying by us. We're starting behind our rival, kind of, Sergio Perez. I'm trying to go for his seat next season, and he is right in front of us, so maybe we can pass him. But this is a sprint race, so we have an opportunity here to nab some points for ourselves and the team, of course, but I don't think we're going to be making any more grounds in the Constructors' Championship. We're just way too far behind the team in front, which I think is Aston Martin or Alpine. But it will help me in the Drivers' Championship standings. Yeah, we'll see what we can do here. In Brazil, it's very cloudy, so maybe some rain. Sometimes Mark likes to play around with that weather machine, and he likes to turn it on at a inconvenient time, but we'll see what we could do here. In Brazil, maybe we can get Perez off the start, but I think keeping that position is going to be pretty difficult because our car is just a absolute tractor. But here we go for the Brazilian sprint race here in Sao Paulo. We got 5 red lights, and this race is underway, and we're going to get off the line. Well, we're going to get Perez right before we get into turn 1. We're also going to get Lando here. Now we got to be careful, very tight into turn 1. We're kind of out of position there, but we're fighting with Lando wheel to wheel, and we're in a podium spot in the sprint race. This might be our first time in a podium position, but Lando fighting back immediately. And not much I can do. We're just way too slow. Way too slow. Maybe we'll just try and screw up some other people's races, get them to fall back. Perez takes the spot back as well, so we're back in the P5. That lasted very long. I think our podium position lasted for about 1 turn. We're heading on to lap 4, and look at this train we are running at the moment. George Russell tried to go for a move here. Oh crap, I shouldn't have let off the battery, but George Russell's going to overtake us as he goes deep into the corner. I think he locked up, and we're going to take that spot back. Thank you very much. And are we going to have DRS? Nope, no DRS. We missed the DRS marker, and George Russell falls behind Carlos Sainz, and he's going to work that lead back up. But we're having a pretty decent race. We're comfortably in the points. If we win this, or not win this, if we win this P5, we'll get 3 points in this sprint race, which would do a lot for me because every point weighs so much more when you're in the bottom end of the standings. But I don't think we can improve on our Drivers' Championship standing very much because the driver in front of me is like significantly in front of me, and we'd have to like win races or something if we wanted to pass him. But if we can further solidify our lead in the backfield of drivers, that would be fantastic, as Carlos Sainz now, he's going to have DRS 2.3 tenths behind, and he's not even going to wait for that DRS to get activated. He is going to overtake us here, and we got the DRS, so we're just going to follow him in his slipstream. And George Russell is also coming towards us. He's going to try and go around the outside. And this Carlos Sainz going to lock up as well. No, he's not. And we're going wheel to wheel with Russell. And we have contact. And I think we're both going to have DRS here. So it's going to be another drag race down into turn 3. But that Mercedes just so much quicker. We fall down into P7. And Lewis Hamilton now getting in on this action here. We've got to go wide. And now we're fighting for the points of the sprint race. Lewis Hamilton is trying to get past us, and he does. We're now in the P8. So Oscar Piastri now, 3/10 back. Or no, never mind. He's really close, and we don't have any more battery to use to defend. So Oscar Piastri is going to go for the move, and we're going to fall out of the points. Oh my god, we almost lost it. Going into turn 1 there. Not much we can do, man. We're just way too slow. It sucks because we qualify so well, and then we have no pace in the car. We can't hold anything. And Ocon, we're just falling down the order now as we have contact with Esteban Ocon. And we're still going to hold the spot, I guess. Hopefully we don't have any damage. But we're heading on to the last lap of this sprint race. We lost out on the points after starting in P5, and this is going to affect our starting position for the actual race as well. We could possibly overtake Ocon here on the final lap. We'll see. As we head through the first 2 turns, we're going to get DRS down the first straight here. Or second straight, I guess. And let's see. Can we close in on Esteban Ocon with 2% battery? Now 0%. No, not even close. And Bottas now trying to have a look down the inside. I think we'll be able to hold him off here. But I'm just blaming the performance of the car. We're just too slow, and the car is not good enough. We're way too slow down the straights. Through the corners, we're not too bad, honestly, because that's more reliable. Or not reliable, that is more reliant on driver's skill versus the car. Could lose out to Bottas here. He's going to have DRS down the main straight to cross the line. And he is right there. Oh my god. No. No! Oh my god. Oh, that is awful. He overtakes us right at the line with the DRS. And thank god that wasn't for an actual point. Otherwise, I would have been pissed. But let's head into the sprint race. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than this. I mean, like, my pace personally is good for the car that we have. But the car that we have sucks. Alright, we are here for the Grand Prix now, and we've kind of gotten a little lucky because we finished that sprint in P11, but a few drivers have suffered engine penalties, so we are now starting in P8 behind Valtteri Bottas. So I think, as usual, it's going to be a battle to stay in the points, and that's a miracle in itself, given the car that we are driving this season. But P8, we got Alonso behind us and Granny Joe. Alonso will probably pass us quite quickly, and we're also the only people, or the only person in this vicinity starting on mediums. Everyone is starting on soft, so I think they might be doing a soft and medium. Might be a little risky for us because our tire wear sucks, but for them, maybe not. So we're going to have to go long here and really use the tires to its fullest potential, because they're going to have to manage those soft tires if they want to get to the end of the stint, and we have medium tires, so we should be able to run a little longer, and hopefully we can stay in the points here, because we got a few good drivers behind us. Those drivers who had engine penalties are going to be storming through the grid as well, so we're not safe, even though we're starting in P8, and as usual, we're going to need a good start. A good start here is going to help us protect our points in this race. But hopefully, unlike the sprint race, we can actually keep that points position for more than a few turns. Alright, here we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Can we stay in the points this time? Let's find out. We got 5 red lights, and this race is underway here. And actually, we're going to get a pretty good start here. We're going to overtake a few drivers, but we get caught in traffic. We're going to just claim the inside lane here and see if we can fight for position. We're up in a P6. Ocon and Lando going at it here. And we're actually in a good spot this time. But those medium tires are going to suffer these opening laps, as everyone gets those tires warmed up, and then the soft tires will really be a lot quicker, especially here in Brazil. Short lap, so DRS is going to be activated here. Lewis Hamilton is trying to go for a move. And I don't know if we're going to be able to stay within DRS range here. We're already falling behind. We're going to get DRS here. But Hamilton is probably going to get a better slipstream, and he's probably going to overtake us here. Let's see. Yeah, he's already coming down the inside. Oh my god, what is that, dude? He moved to the outside. He literally moved to the outside under braking, causing us to go off the line. And we lose a little bit of time there. Let's see if we can get it back on Hamilton, get this position. The Sector 2 is where I'm definitely most confident. I feel like we can really close the gap, especially if there's traffic up front. Hamilton going very slow through Sector 2. The straights where we really suffer, similar to, I think it was Qatar, right on the lap 6. We fall behind Hamilton. Bottas passes us too. And we got a yellow flag. I think that was Albon, who's out of the session. I don't see any cars parked up. No, I see him right there in the Williams. Parked up there. And we're going to pass Alex Albon. No position gain though, because he was already behind us. And here comes Alonso. Nice. We only got 23% battery, so I think if we can hover around P10, P9, conserve the battery for defense, we could probably fend off Guan Yu Zhou, stay in the point. But yeah, as I was saying, since Alfa Romeo is like our closest rival, but even they have like a car that is miles better than us, I probably put up the R&D chart at the start of this video so you know how big that performance gap is between the two teams. And I don't know if it's because I just left the upgrades and stuff up to the team. I feel like if I was able to take control of the upgrades, we'd get a lot more upgrades in. But that is not the case because we're playing driver career mode, not my team. So the team's got to handle that. Hopefully they can do a better job in the upcoming races. But we are trailing Alonso and Bottas, so we're kind of closing in because they're fighting for position now. So hopefully they keep that up. And that'll help us fend off Charles Leclerc as well. And look at that, we're right on Alonso's bumper now, so things looking a little brighter here on lap 7. Oh, never mind, there goes Leclerc. Alright, so we're down to P10. So now we're on our last leg to stay in the points, I guess. And we got a 1.8 second lead to Stroll. Oh, 2 seconds now. It looks like they're fighting back there. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, we almost had a collision. Leclerc screws up through turn 2. And we get that spot back for now, but he's storming. And he's probably going to retrieve that P9 once again. But we're now behind Bottas and Alonso. These guys are fighting in a dogfight, and that's just allowing us to hover around. And the Leclerc trying to go down the inside. What is he doing? Oh my god! Oh my god. No, man. Are you kidding me? What is Leclerc doing? Oh my god. So Leclerc literally just tries to dive bomb down the inside. And he clips us. And then we get turned around, and I think it's Bottas. Yeah, look at that. He rides on the curb. That's our line, man. We're ahead. He tried to dive down the corner, and he gets to survive. But we get into a collision with, I can't even see right now who it is, but let me try and get the... Okay, no, that's not going to work. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so I think that is... No, that's Guan Yu Zhou, because Bottas was ahead of us. So Guan Yu Zhou collides into us, unfortunately. And I think he took 2 people out of the race. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh, I think it was going to be a struggle to stay in the points anyways, but super unfortunate ending to our race as we just have a massive collision, and Alonso, or Stroll, gets away scot-free as well. He just dodged it. Yeah, we got turned around. Stroll saw it early, but then Guan Yu Zhou, actually, what was Guan Yu Zhou doing? Hold on. Did he just drive right into me? Let's see here. I think he was trying to avoid Stroll. He swerved, but Stroll was so far ahead. Oh, he slid. He locked up his rear end, and then trying to get control of it just goes right into us. And that's our race. Oh my gosh, awful. Alright, let's just retire from the session. We're not going to do a flashback or restart or anything like that. Oh my god. Not even a walk of shame, just a upset walk into the paddock. It is what it is. We're gonna DNF. No points for us. No points for the team either, because Daniel Ricciardo, he just fell off a cliff at this point. He had a good start to the season, but he hasn't really even come close to finishing in the points after that. So he's in P16. We finished P18 because we DNF'd last, I guess. So Alex Albon DNF'd early on, and then Guan Yu Zhou crashing into us, I think technically means that he DNF'd first, and I DNF'd after him. So P18, no points. I don't think that will change our position in the standings here. Alpine, actually, did they finish in the points? Oh no. Okay, driver standings, we got 7 points. Esteban Ocon has 6 points, so he's 1 point behind us. And then we're not super close to Lance Stroll, relatively speaking. But let me see, did Ocon finish in the points here? Yeah, Esteban Ocon got 2 points in the race. Oh my god. Okay, so he got 2 points. That puts him 1 point behind us. And then we're still leading in the constructors in front of Alpine just by 2 points. It's actually pretty close between us, Alpine, and Haas. I mean, even Williams, technically, if they were to have a miracle of a race, actually, that's not going to happen. So I'm just going to say AlphaTauri, Alpine, and Haas, all pretty close. Red Bull close out the Constructors' Championship as Red Bull has a 1-2 in this race. Sergio Perez taking the win again. He won last race in Mexico. I think last race was Mexico. And he did win that race. So he is now 19 points behind Max Verstappen. So if Sergio Perez is going to win a championship before he retires, I think now is the time. I'm pretty sure he announced his retirement. Or that might have been the My Team Career mode. I always get confused, but we're going for a C anyways, and we're probably going to get it, if I'm being honest, given the performance that we've had this season. But yeah, if Sergio Perez is going to win a championship, now is the time. And then back at the factory, they have announced regulation changes for next season. This is totally up to the team. I don't think I can change anything. Yeah, since the R&D is automated, and they're doing a horrible job at that. But hopefully we're not here next year, so not much of a concern to me. But something that is a concern to me is the upgrades that we have coming in. We got 3 minor upgrades, nothing major. It will barely put a dent in our performance gap to Williams or Alfa Romeo. We got weight distribution, a new plank, a cylinder head for engine power, and tire blankets, because that always helps with tire wear and such, I guess. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. We got the 2 upgrades in for next race. If you guys watched up to this point, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Races might be boring now, or I might suck right now, but hopefully come next season we get a better seat, and we're able to actually make a run for the Drivers' Championship, or even a race win or a podium, because we haven't gotten either of those yet. So I guess one little step at a time. We got 2 races left. Next one is gonna be Las Vegas, baby, and then we got the finale in Abu Dhabi. So if you guys look forward to that, hit the notification bell so you guys know when those videos come out. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day.